girl. Thank you for being a good girl.
It's a big baby.
So this is Lady, and Lady is a red-tailed hawk, and she was found in Connecticut, having been hit by a car. You can see how droopy her left wing is. That's the side she was hit on. She has arthritis in her elbow and shoulder, and as a result is on pain medicine. Big girl, she's a heavy girl too. Anyone want to guess? How much does she weigh?
22.
8.
You have to remember, she's a predator that flies and has to carry her weight. She's not going to want to be real heavy.
17.
8.
5.
She weighs, well, we weigh her in metric, so she weighs between 1.4 and 1.5 kilograms. So she weighs about 3 pounds. Now, birds that fly, they have hollow bones. And so, for them, if you look at our bones, we have solid marrow through our bones and help to strengthen our bones. Now, for birds, they've got hollow bones with little structural struts that go across for extra strength. You're fine. A little bit, because there's a little bit of noise, a little bit of movement, getting a little bit nervous. It's hard being extra great, amazingly tight, isn't it? Now, as she looks around, and I don't know if you can see from where you're at, when she looks towards you, if you watch her eyes, you notice every few seconds or so, you'll notice a little flash in her eyes. And what that is her third eyelid blinking. And just like us, they have a fleshy top and bottom lid. But they also have a third eyelid that sweeps across from the side real quick. On her, it's kind of light colored. On some of the birds, it's clear. On some birds, it's different colors, blue or other colors. And what it is kind of like a windshield wiper. It helps them to wipe away as they fly any dust and debris and things that might hit their eye. And when she's in front of a group, she usually wouldn't blink her fleshy eyelids because that would mean not being able to see you for a second. She can actually see through her nictitating membrane, which is what that's called. So when she's looking around, doesn't want to miss anything, she'll just blink that instead. So, you're fine. Are you seeing yourself in the shadow? Is that what it is? That would be a little alarming, I think. So being such a big bird, these guys will hunt a wide size range of prey, anything from little mice and voles and things, to medium and large snakes. They'll eat squirrels, they'll eat rabbits. Probably the largest thing they could take would be like a woodchuck. People often ask, will they take cats? They will take cats. Cats should be indoor animals. And I say that both from a naturalist and a rehabilitator point of view. When I worked as a rehabber, I did all the statistics for our clinic. 78% of everything that came to our clinic was caused by cats. Cats knocked the nest out, cats ate the mom, the babies were orphaned, cats just, messed with something. I never really had an opinion before I was a rehabilitator, and now I'm like, no, cats should be indoor animals. And they don't know, they're just being cats. They're not being bad, they're just being cats. But for a bird this size, it would be unusual for them to take a woodchuck or a cat. It would really only happen when they had babies in the nest. They had a lot of mouths to feed, and they wanted kind of a lot of bang for their buck, so they're going to go for the biggest prey they can. Because it would be a challenge, and you always risk hurting yourself when you go after a prey item that's going to be tough to catch or is going to put up a fight or something like that. So they're going to try to stick to the easy stuff as best they can. And these guys, remember, are a soaring hawk. You're fine.
Ooh. Wow.
You're okay. You're okay. So, these guys would ordinarily catch the thermals, get very high up in the air, sometimes several hundred feet in the air, and they're looking down as they fly. And so the way their eyes are structured helps to bring things up close. Why are you doing that? All of a sudden, she's really holding on tight. But what, for them, it helps to bring things up close. The other thing is their range of vision, similar, they can see color just like us, but they can also see up into the UV range. And so as they're going and looking as they're soaring, one of the things they're doing is looking for urine trails, because urine fluoresces in UV. And so it makes it easy. They can go along and be like, oh, look, there's a trail, there's a trail, there's a trail. Oh, look, and there's a mouse at the end of the trail. It's dinner. And down they'll come, they'll grab them with their feet, and they'll often, when they're flying, they're actually looking for a number of things. And they can actually detect a mouse breathing from 300 or 400 feet in the air. So they really do have amazing eyesight. But they also have amazing hearing. We don't hear about that a lot in hawks. We hear about it more in owls. But these guys, if you look where their eyes are, and you look at where sort of their beak ends, kind of where their mouth opens, do that here. Straight back from their beak and a little bit behind their eye is where their ear hole would be. It's covered with feathers, so you can't see it. But the thing is that if she had no feathers and you could see her ear hole, the hole that goes into her head is about the same size as yours. So they have, for the size of the animal they are, they actually have pretty large ears. And so they can hear really well, you know. Again, I'll talk all night long.
How fast do they fly?
These guys are not super speedy flyers. I don't know what their maximum speed is clocked at, but they're mostly slow and soaring. They're probably not flying more than 30 or 40 miles an hour, if I had to guess. Peregrine falcons are the fast guys. They have been clocked in dive scoops up to 275 miles an hour. They're the fastest animal on Earth. These guys are built more for leisure, leisure slow, looking sort of scanning the horizon, scanning the ground for food, not really built for speed.
They don't hibernate any time of year.
No, these guys hang around all year long. They don't migrate. They are active all year, and you'll see them right through the winter time. One of the only hawks around here that stays all the year through.
I think it was around spring one year, I saw two big hawks. And I'm assuming it was a male and female, and they had their claws wrapped together.
Yep.
And there was some sort. Is that some kind
That's
of
courtship behavior.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, that's them saying, hey, I like you. You want to go on a date? Hey, let's make a nest. And
Now, they all do that, or is it probably a...
red tails do it.
Yeah.
Eagles do it. Not all hawks do it, but certain species do. And that's classic red tail or eagles both do that. It's really kind of needed. Because once you know what it is, then you're like, oh.
I turned my head away. I don't want to walk.
Well, if you think they're fighting, of course it looks very gruesome. Because it just kind of, it could look kind of aggressive, definitely. Yeah, sitting on the sides of highways, sitting on, basically, if you're driving up or down 95, you should just start counting them. I think, what was our record? We were driving up from our house up to northeastern Mass. I think we counted 15. They're very, very prolific, most common of all the hawks. Even though they're the biggest, they're also the most common. Any other questions? Anything you're wondering?
It looks like he has a tongue.
Well, if you were to get too close to an active nest, they'll dive bomb you. And what they do is they will swoop down, they fist their feet, and they whack you with their feet. If you were a person who does research and you're actually purposefully climbing up to the nest to ban the babies, usually you have to wear a helmet and a face shield. There actually have been people knocked out of trees and killed by raptors that are protecting their babies. They're very good mamas and dads.